Introduction for the McDonald's company and also the Starbucks company was not the difference because it is very the same industry for the restaurants and servicing. For the McDonald's company is related to the fast food chain operator, meanwhile the Starbucks company was a coffee retailer, and we have a focus on the cost containment and which have a competitive advantage through the cost minimization. And for the McDonald's financial was a process of the examining of a company performance in the context of industry. Meanwhile, in the Starbucks company, his have a popularity due to the flexibility over the time. And one of the adaptations to the including the maintaining of taste and the preference. As we know, the Starbucks company was no better than McDonald's because they have a competition from the big company like Dunkin's brands and also the Costa Coffee. For the inventory turnover for the both of the company, first is McDonald's company. The McDonald's company will show the highest of figure in 2021 of the turnover ratio, but the next year is proceed to fail and this show that in 2021 this company will have the best performance and if converting into the sale. However, McDonald's managed to maintain their performance whether their ratio was above one of the entire 5 year. Next, for the fixed asset turnover in McDonald's company was shown in 2018 was turnover ratio was 0.93 and the ratio was declined dramatically the next years, and also the company performance is very poor because the ratio is above from the before of the year. Surprisingly, the number grew up again in 2022 and have demonstrate that this organization can manage the efficiency in the utilization of its asset depending of the product. Next, for the total asset turnover ratio for the McDonald's company in 2018 will show the total asset turnover is very the highest and the ratio was declined dramatically in the next year. However, this company performance is very poor for the year on 2018. For the demonstrate of the organization that have a McDonald's company are unable to manage fully employing their assets to produce the sale.
As you guys can see the McDonald's graph for the 5 years back, McDonald's had the greatest current ratio of 1.78 times in 2021 followed by the year 2020. This has demonstrated that this company can pay down its liabilities based on its present asset from 2019 to 2021. However, the current ratio began to fall into 2022, including a declining tendency in the company's performance. But the corporation still has the ability to pay its liabilities. Meanwhile, for the quick ratio of 2021 is the greatest followed by 2018 and 2022. It has a peak quick ratio of 1.64 times and a lowest quick ratio of 0.86 times. This demonstrates that the company's quick ratio has exhibited both an increase and a decreased trend over the last 5 years. This indicates that this company will be able to pay off its current liabilities based on total current asset in the next 5 years. Meanwhile, for the quick ratio of 2021 is the greatest followed by 2018 and 2022. It has a peak quick ratio of 1.64 times and a lowest quick ratio of 0.86 times. This demonstrates that the company's quick ratio has exhibited both an increase and a decreased trend over the last 5 years. This indicates that this company will be able to pay off its current liabilities based on total current asset in the next 5 years.
As for the company of McDonald's, year 2018 is the highly debt ratio, where the quantity is 119.07. It is causing many borrow money or capital for the firm and a riskier investment. In year 2021, this is best performance of the McDonald's company, even though in 2021 is the lowest, but it also risks that carrying little debt because it's over 40% of debt ratio. McDonald's long-term debt for year 2021 was 35,622.70. McDonald's total stockholders' equity for the year 2021 was negative 4,601. The company for the years of 2021 was negative 7.74. That is considered high. A high debt or equity ratio generally indicates that a company has been aggressive in financing its growth with debt.
Other than that, the trend analysis is profitability ratio. Firstly, the operating margin that we can see is about the ratio from 2018 until 2022. For McDonald's company, the highest operating margin is 44.62% in 2022. It showed the good performance for the company and earn more per ringgit. The company generate much profit compared from the year before. Next, about the net profit margin. For McDonald's company, it is increasing from 2020 to 2021, which is 24.63% to 32.49%. It is not good performance because the ratio decreased in 2022. Therefore, a low ratio because of the weak pricing strategy of the company. Other than that, the return on asset. For McDonald's company, the higher return on asset is 17.79% in 2018. It decreased in 2022 is 11.85%. It showed the good performance for the company. The performance showed that firm able to higher return and bring better growth for the company.
For the Starbucks company also have a maximum value in 2021, and that year have a greatest ability to change their inventory, and the quantity of the second largest of the maximum value for the inventory turnover into Starbucks was followed by 2019, and the lowest ratio show that Starbucks company has consistently exceeded the desired ratio of over 1 and also the last 5 years. Starbucks company show the highest value in the fixed asset turnover ratio in 2018, and this company will show the efficiency in measuring inability of the company to generate all the sale based on the fixed asset, and the following of the numbers have been dropped in 2022, and the amount increased again. After the 5 year in the future, the Starbucks company still need to manage to keep on the track with their performance, where they have need to make sure the ratio the exceed more than 1. For the Starbucks company show the highest value in 2018, and this demonstrate that the efficiency in the determining the company was ability to generate the sale based on the fixed assets in the best in 2018. By the following that, they need to jump the more of the sales, and the Starbucks company needs to manage their sales to maintain their performance, where their ratio was dropped, and need to be the top one.
Next, parts of liquidity ratio for Starbucks company. Starbucks has a greatest carry ratio which is 2.20 in 2018. This demonstrates that the corporation performed well in 2018 at controlling the ability to pay down the liability but then declined in 2019. The amount rises again from 2020 to 2021. Following the year, the ratio declined dramatically, indicating that the company's performance is poor because the ratio is less than 1. In addition, the quick ratio of Starbucks in 2018 holds the highest figure where the ratio is 1.86 times. This shows that the company is good in paying off its current liability with the total current asset in the year of 2018. The lowest number is 0.49 times in the year 2022, which shows the company performance lowers.
The highest debt ratio of Starbucks company was in 2019, we recorded as 134.42%, more than 100%. Good performance only in 2018, below that 100% debt ratio. That means of a company has more debt than assets, while a debt ratio of less than 100% indicates that a company has more asset than debt. The highest of debt to equity ratio of Starbucks in 2018 that have been recorded was 7.7. Therefore, in 2019, it was dropped until negative value. The negative value has shown that negative shareholder equity and the liabilities was exceeded its asset. This company was extremely in risk in future if they are not limitation of exceeded of liabilities than assets.
For Starbucks company, the highest operating margin is 16.03%. It is not good performance because it decreased in 2022. The company must change their strategy to bring better wealth for the company. For the Starbucks company, the highest net profit margin is 18.28%, and the decrease in 2022, which is 10.18%. The company must change their strategy and create new strategy for bring better growth for the company. For Starbucks, the higher return on asset is 23.46% in 2018. It decreased in 2022 that record 11.05%. The higher return on asset, the company generate more profit in its sales.
For activity ratio, inventory turnover reflects the company's capacity to convert inventory into sales. When the two corporations are compared in 2022, McDonald's has a higher activity ratio, which is 185.42 times, whereas Starbucks has just 12.63 times. The best value varies from above, indicating that these two companies have the greatest ability to transfer inventory into a form of sale. However, in 2022, the comparison to these two corporations, Starbucks must have the highest ratio in fixed asset turnover with 2.21 times, while McDonald's has only 0.62 times. As a result, Starbucks is the only corporation that receive the optimal value because 1-to-1. Meanwhile, the total asset turnover for Starbucks is 1.09 times, better than McDonald's, which is 0.44 times. It means that Starbucks can manage their sales better than McDonald's and show a good performance in 2022. A higher ratio is favorable as it indicates a more efficient use of asset, and a lower ratio indicates the company is not using its asset as efficiently. Besides, in liquidity ratio, McDonald's company show a good performance in both ratio, which is current ratio and quick ratio, is 1.43 times and 1.24 times compared to Starbucks is 0.77 times and 0.49 times in year 2022. Therefore, it shows that McDonald's able to fulfill the company for current obligations with their available current asset. Furthermore, a good liquidity ratio in simple terms is anything greater than 1. So, McDonald's are better than Starbucks in year 2022. A greater liquidity ratio indicates that the company has a larger margin of safety when it comes to its ability to repay debt. However, it is also crucial to keep in mind that if the liquidity ratio is too high, it can mean that the company holding onto too much cash and inefficiently developing the resources.
After that is about the cross-sectional for leverage ratio. In 2022, the Starbucks company rate is 131.09%. In comparison, McDonald's rate is 111.9%. There is quite different value both of the company. McDonald's have a good performance better than Starbucks in 2022. For debt to equity ratio, both of the company is negative for shareholder equity. It could result in loss and lower the investor overall return. Lastly, the cross-sectional is profitability ratio. The McDonald's company is good performance better than Starbucks company. The net profit and operating margin profit in 2022 of the McDonald's company is 26.65% and 44.62%. The McDonald's company earn more per ringgit and able to maximize shareholder wealth compare the other one company. The McDonald's able to generate higher return and bring better growth for the company.
In a conclusion, for the past 5 years, which is 2018 until 2022, McDonald's is generally more advanced and performs better than Starbucks because the average ratio demonstrates that McDonald's has a superior opportunities and employs a smart financial management strategy. Meanwhile, Starbucks need to concentrate on improving average ratio because some of Starbucks ratio remain below optimal levels. Next, for recommendation to improve customer support, McDonald's and Starbucks managers need to receive a specialized training because within this, they can properly train their workforce. Second is the company need to concentrate on intensive strategies by putting into a various strategies, including a combination of dynamic pricing, advertising, sales, and secure market dominance. Also, the company can use banner to attract more customers to boost their sales and services